Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Money Factor here on the Sphere Podcast Network. My name is LaShonda Johnson, certified financial educator, and also the co-founder of the Houston Housewives of Finance. Welcome back, as I said, and today we have an exciting show lined up for you, as usual. But before we get started, I want to introduce a very special guest. I'm very excited to have her with us today. She has a lot of knowledge that she's going to share with us today regarding the topics that we're going to discuss. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you Houston Housewives of Finance affiliate and doctor. She's going to be able to tell you what kind of doctor she is, but please welcome Dr. Aisha Asby.
Oh, good morning, everyone, and thank you, LaShonda. It is such a pleasure to be here with you this morning and with you guys today. As she said, my name is Dr. Aisha Asby, and I am a native of Charleston, South Carolina. So shout out to all my Charleston family. I have my PhD in clinical psychology from the illustrious Howard University, the real HU.
I like what she said, the illustrious.
The real HU. So I'm so excited to be here and just talk to you guys about the college planning process. I have 8 years of experience in teaching and working with students, graduates and undergrads at Prairie View A&M University right here in Texas. And so, just with my experience with students and my own personal experience, with college, college planning and student loan debt, I'm excited to be here because I've learned so much just through my own process and then in working with the students. So I'm so glad to be here with you guys this morning.
Okay. We're very happy to have her because, as I said, she has, as you can see, she has just a buffet full of knowledge that she's going to be able to share with us this morning. And so this is a fitting topic because we know that we're all still trying to recover from Harvey here in Houston. But not only did Harvey hit us, Irma has hit hit other places. Maria has hit. We've just had a barrage of hurricanes this hurricane season. It has been it's not been nice. So what we're going to have an opportunity to share with you this morning too, so you definitely want to share the show, is we're going to share information if you have student loans, how you need to deal with that if you were affected by the hurricane. So that's coming up in the show as well. So let's get right into it. We're going to go to our first article, which is brought to us by CNN. And you can go, of course, to the Sphere Podcast Network and the Sphere.tv, and see the link to this as well. And if you're not able to watch it, so if you're listening to us, these links are available to you. Okay. So on CNN Money, this lady thought, now here's the key word. She thought her student loans were forgiven, but they weren't. How devastating is that to think that you get to the end of the road
it's
and
a
you
beautiful
think,
thought.
and you think it's a beautiful thought to think, man, I'm on the road to recovery here. My student loans are about to be forgiven. And then you find out not
at all.
Not at all. That is not cool at all. So let's look at this article and see what it has to say. Okay. So Debbie Baker was looking forward to October. That's this month. We're officially in it, 2 days in. She would finally be done paying off her student loans. Oh, so she thought. She thought, okay. She had borrowed money to go back to school for teaching, for a teaching degree at the University of Tulsa in 1999 and landed a job as a music teacher at a public school. But Oklahoma pays its teachers less than almost any other state in the country.
Wow.
So, she had to love being a teacher because, the income she's earning is definitely less than anything in the country.
Wow. And teachers tend to get, less paid. They do more work, expect to do so much more, and already are getting underpaid.
Exactly.
So to go be in a state where she's already less than the national average, that's crazy. Yeah.
So I have a lot of respect for teachers. Shout out to teachers, instructors, anybody in education, because I think our kids spend more time with you than they do with their family, especially in their rearing years, the years that they're being reared. So let's go back to the article. And it says, so when the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program was put into place October of 2007, Baker finally felt some relief. It promised to forgive remaining debt for government and nonprofit workers after making 10 years of qualified payments. But in July, 2 months before the end of the 10 years, Baker found out she doesn't qualify at all. Now, could you guys have alerted me? Could you have given me like a red flag, a letter, something? Now, let me be late.
Oh, you will get letters, calls, everything.
Right, but I can only feel this lady's pain. Let's go back to the article. This is sad. It's really sad to see. So it says, she received a letter saying borrowers must have a specific type of federal student loan to be eligible, and she has a different kind. I felt like I was hit over the head with a sledgehammer. She's 55 years old. Okay, to get this news at 55. Her original loan, now check this out, you guys. Her original loan was for about $37,000 at an interest rate higher than 7%, but the debt has grown to more than $75,000.
And see, that happens a lot when people get their student loans, and for 7%, that's high. Because I remember when I got my student loans, all of my graduate years were student loans, but when I got, the interest rate was already low. But to think it grows, we're talking about compound interest.
Yes,
this is compounding. So it's not just a simple interest when you're talking about student loans. It's compound interest.
Wow, that's insane. 37,000 was her starting point
to 75,000. Too
Woo!
much.
I'm having a few palpitations over here thinking about that. I was lucky when I went to college. I only got one loan, and it was $4,000. But by the time I paid it off, over $10,000 by the time I paid it off.
I don't want to tell you how much my student loans had grown to.
Okay, so
it's a lot.
I know that this is an issue for a lot of people. And so please, you guys, you got to tune into this show. If you know someone who's in college dealing with student loans, headed to college, this is a show for you to watch. So let's go back to the article, see what else it has to say. Okay, now she has to consolidate into a new kind of loan and start the 10-year clock over again. Mind you, this is someone's 55. So she's going to be into 65 taking care of this. It will likely delay her and her husband's retirement. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. October will be the first time anyone will have paid long enough to qualify for forgiveness under the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. But few are expected to receive forgiveness next month for a variety of reasons, said a spokesperson for the Department of Education's Federal Student Aid Office. Borrowers need to have made 120 qualifying payments before officially applying for forgiveness. Some may have been slow to start the program, and when it was created in 2007, most borrowers didn't have eligible loans.
Wow. And now a lot of those programs that are developed for loan forgiveness may be going away.
Yes.
So it's very important that if you have a student loan or you intend on applying for a student loan, that you want to call, first of all, check with your student financial aid office. Find out what loans will qualify for that loan forgiveness program. Call the U.S. Department of Education. Also, they have numbers, they have resources that are available for someone to call and find out, because we don't want to be like this lady.
Yes.
You know, they're coming, she and her husband are coming into their retirement age. Now she's worried about paying back student loans.
And it's already grown to, 75,000. So you guys, this is again very important. I mean, I know a lot of right now we're looking at 1.2 trillion is the debt for student loans out there. And of course that number is going to grow because if more and more people come out of college, and we have a crises with not having enough jobs or not the right type of jobs. So we know that there are going to be some other people that are going to deal with defaults, and that number is growing. The more people acquire loans for education and collegiate education, they're going to have to deal with this issue. So if you're wondering now, how do you qualify for this program? Let's go to the next article so you can take a look and see.
So let's talk about this next article, because one thing that we want to do, like I said, we want to minimize our student loan debt as much as possible. And any way that you can minimize that debt, let's do it. And one way to do that, the first thing, even now, start with the college planning process.
Yes.
The students, families, if you have a child who is in as early as elementary school, parents should start thinking about that college planning process. Not just because it goes beyond just the financial aid.
Yes.
It goes to, finding the right career.
I mean, you have to build a resume these days. Yes, you have to have a resume to get into college. So a lot of people think it's just about the funding. The funding is a portion of it, but how about you got to get in?
Yes.
Your academics matter. Your
experience,
extracurricular activities
matter.
Exactly. Your community service matters.
Yes.
So let's go to this next article so that if you are one that is stuck in a rut, how do you qualify? What is student loan forgiveness, Aisha?
So it says. So the article is, what is student loan forgiveness? It might sound too good to be true, but some borrowers can get their student loan debt wiped away, at least in theory. See, so it says in theory. It already tells you
that it may not happen.
Don't get your hopes up.
Wow.
All right. So the government's public service loan forgiveness program promises to cancel any remaining student loan debt for those who work for the government or nonprofits and have been making continuous payments for 10 years. Again, that 10 years keep popping up.
And the key word here is continuous.
So there are no breaks. So
no breaks.
No vacation time, no sabbaticals.
Yes.
It encourages people who have big student loans to stay in lower paying jobs that serve the public.
Now, see, there's something wrong with that. We're at the point in the show that we have to take our sponsor break, and because I wanted to get into that. That's not right. But this is time for us to talk about Elite Dental Wellness. Okay, so Elite Dental Wellness is they're here to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We're committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Through our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable. Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. Ashandra Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness. The number is 713-789-8680. And this is where we go, ding. Got to keep your grill shiny, Okay, so let's get back to this article because you know what? I don't like this. Let's go back to that last little part, Aisha.
Yeah, it says, where was I? All right.
Yes.
So
it encourages read that last line.
It encourages people who have big student loans to stay in lower paying jobs that serve the public.
That's not right. So I don't like the fact that you're going to give me forgiveness if I serve the public, which I know the public is not going to pay me any type of substantial income.
Right, because you still have to think about the cost of living, the cost of maintaining your household. We still have responsibilities.
So you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Exactly. So what do you rather have? Do you rather get your student loans paid off, which is down the line after 10 years, or live in 10 years of debt?
Wow.
So
wow. Okay, let's go back to the article.
Sacrifice.
That's the kind of sacrifice I wouldn't want to take. Okay, go ahead.
No one has seen their debt canceled yet.
Wow.
It's so amazing.
Okay, now I'm sorry to keep interrupting you, but they said that this started in 2007 and no one has seen their debt canceled yet. This article was just published, by the way, you guys, just last week. And no one yet? Wow. Okay, continue.
Will they ever?
Oh my gosh.
Will we ever? Okay. So the first borrowers to receive forgiveness won't be eligible until after October of this year, which is 10 years from the creation of the program. So let's see after October 30th in November if this article changes. But signing up for the program can be a confusing process. You need the right kind of loans, the right kind of job, the need to also be enrolled in an income-driven repayment plan. So the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has received complaints from borrowers who were told they were not enrolled after years of making payments they thought counted towards the $120 needed for debt relief. So again, it's as if, the borrowers are being misled. Because we go into this with an understanding that I'm making these payments because in the long run, in the end, I'm going to be forgiven. So at some point, it's like, what are our options? What can we do to prevent this from happening? Because this cannot continue.
Wow. It goes back to saying that you have to get educated. You need to get educated because we're expecting these type of programs to save the day for us. Really, whether or not you're going to save the day, it depends on you, the education you have surrounding this process. And that's why here at the Money Factor, we're bringing you this information so that you're not misled, so that we can raise curiosity with you to dig deeper. And we're trying to provide you with the content and the information so you will know what's going on, because I hear a lot of talk about this. One thing Dr. Asby didn't say is that she's also now a financial professional, and or you might have mentioned that. But I see clients all the time that tell me, "Oh, I'm in a forgiveness program," and I'm saying, "Are you really in the forgiveness program? And did you skip any payments?" And so situations happen where life happens. To expect us to go 10 whole years and not miss a payment. Now, hey,
and when you
that in and of itself is a task.
Yes, and when you miss a payment, you have to. There is some you could do, like I said, you could get forbearance, especially if you're in financial hardship. So they do allow you to do financial hardship forbearance to help you catch up.
But that wouldn't allow you to stay in that program.
No, it would not, because you missed a payment.
Yes.
So, so again, you're caught behind a rock and a hard place. And as LaShonda said, I'm also a financial professional. So I do consult with a lot of clients who are in that position now. So they're trying to decide what to do in order to just get back on track, because they may have fallen behind on their student loans.
I don't know how you're going to get back on the program if you miss a payment. So
I
don't know. But you guys, it is that time in Facebook. We're only live 15 minutes on Facebook. So if you have not already, you need to right now, this moment, this second, go to the Spear Podcast Network and subscribe. We need you to subscribe. While you're there, we would like for you to write a review. Let us know what you think, what you'd like to see, how you feel about what you're seeing. Also, we do provide this show to you absolutely free of cost, but we would love for you to donate. You can donate if you like what we're doing and you want to help our cause. There is a button there for you to donate if you would like to donate one time, and if you would like to be a continuous patron as far as donations are concerned, there's a button there for you as well. We would also like for you to share the show. The only way we're going to get this out to the masses is if you like it and share it. So we do want you to do that. Very valuable information we share here on the Spear Podcast Network, especially the Money Factor, but there's several other shows there that we know that you can benefit from. So to watch the show or continue to watch the show in its entirety, you need to subscribe. So make sure you do that right now, and we will continue. The show's not ending, but but you do need to subscribe to
Please
continue to
do.
watch it, okay? And so let's go back to this article, because one thing I have to say about this, Aisha, is that, first of all, again, it's saying no one, I can't get off of the issue that no one has ever received forgiveness yet. So you think about 2007, this was created. This is now 2017. So that's 10 years.
Right.
So if someone entered at 2007, right now they should be coming up on forgiveness. Think about this lady at 55 years old who gets to the end of the line and realizes, oh, sorry, excuse me, you didn't have the right loan. That is so uncool.
That it is. And it's, you know, again, that goes back to making sure sometimes we have to know what questions to ask. And so we'll get this information that says, well, we'll be told, here are the loans. We're just presented with student loans. Like,
I know when I went to school, that was the situation. Man, I got in line. I was told by my counselor that you're going to maybe need to apply for a grant or see what you can get.
That's it.
And I was able to get a very small, I mean, when I say small, I hardly didn't see the letters on the numbers on the check, grant. But then, you know, the difference was like $4,000. And so they told me, just go get in that line. I signed the papers. I didn't, know.
And that's what happened.
I was 18 years old. So, I mean, I didn't know. I just knew, and then they'll say, well, you'll be able to pay it back later when you graduate or whatever the case may be. And I know things may be a little bit more complex now, but still, it's still the same premise. You don't have the money. You need to borrow it. If the government doesn't give you something, well, you're going to need to make up the difference. And a lot of parents, they don't have it to give their students.
They don't.
Because they're in a situation like this 55-year-old lady, sacrificing retirement to pay their student loans.
And you know what? A lot of families, all they know are getting loans in order to pay for their child's tuition or for school. And so, you know, all they see is, here's an opportunity for my child to go to school. And so they're not really looking at the fine line and what's the bottom line.
I'll deal with it later. We'll deal with it later. We need to just get you into school and we'll figure out the rest later.
Exactly. And I was one of those people.
I was one of those people too.
Like, you know, I said, for my graduate school, I said, you know what? I'll take the student loans. I'll just take an L on that one. I knew it. But, you know, I heard later about the forgiveness program. It wasn't earlier while I was applying for schools. It wasn't until later when I was near graduation when I actually heard about the program. So it's not said up front. And I didn't hear it from my counselor, from the financial aid office. I heard it from friends of mine.
Right.
In the industry.
Now let's just talk about that, because you know, obviously Dr. Asby has been in the college in the college realm. So what responsibility do they place on you guys to be able to give this information to the students? Is there any type of responsibility placed on you to do that, or do they not care?
As a professor, the responsibility is not placed on us. That responsibility is placed with the student financial aid offices. So the student financial aid counselors have that responsibility. And so, but the thing is, not many students or families ask their questions to those counselors.
So it's kind of like don't ask, don't tell.
Exactly.
That's a whole different type of don't ask, don't tell.
Yes.
But you don't want to be in that kind of don't ask, don't tell. I don't know what to ask. Well, so most people don't know what they don't know.
Right. And so what many people ask, the basic questions: what kind of loan? Okay, when do I have to pay it back? Now, this is what they will let you know up front, that the loan has to be paid back. They will let you know the interest rate, because that's the first thing. Most will ask, what is the interest rate on that student loan?
Okay, so let me stop you there for a second. So I'm a college student. I'm just gonna, so if you guys are listening to us or watching us, you know, just follow me on this. I'm a student. I'm coming out of college. Out of high school. My parents want me to go to college. I want to go to college. I have dreams of going to college. I've even picked out the campus I want to go to. And now I get into the student loan office and they're telling me my interest rate. You could tell me 50%. I want to go to college. So I really don't care what the interest rate is.
Well, that's for the parent. So what should be done when a student goes in? They want to go. They've already outlined. They know what school. They know what career. If they know what major, go into the financial aid office. One, ask what type of funding can I receive is available for me.
Absolutely.
You want to understand what type of funding, because there are grants, there are scholarships, there are endowment scholarships, which may be particular or specific to a degree field or maybe a foundation within the school. Endowments, many colleges, many campuses have endowment funds, but a lot of students don't think about it.
They don't know.
Or they don't know, and they don't know how to apply for those. So if you ask for endowment funds, what are those endowment scholarships? Because they're particular to the university. So you want to ask about that. And let loans be the last thing you ask about.
That's typically the first thing that we gravitate towards, because we don't know about everything else that is available. So that's why it's so important that you get into a college planning program for your students. And the point I was making when I said the interest rate could be 50%, I don't know the difference. All I know is I'm trying to get into college. So whatever you put in front of me really will not matter to me. And if I'm a parent, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to tell my child they're not going? We just take the loan and we'll figure it out later.
And that's what a lot of families do. They try to figure it out later.
That. So please, let's talk about the college planning program.
All right, wonderful. Well, I am also affiliated with Heartland Institute of Financial Education. And Heartland has a wonderful, a wonderful college coaching program that allows families to properly prepare for college. From the very start, when we first started, I said that the college planning process should begin as early as elementary school. Really, as soon as the child is given birth, start that process.
I have my clients ask me that. Oh, LaShonda, when should I start? I'm like, well, even if you know you're going, if you know you're going to have a child, even before you conceive, start saving. That's how expensive college is these days. You can put a fund aside for the said child. You're not here yet, little boy, little girl. But mommy and dad are thinking about college for you already.
That's right.
And we're putting away some money for you already.
And that's the process. Start soon. But then as early as 8th grade with the college planning program at Heartland, the student as early as 8th grade, they're understanding, or they're starting to explore certain career paths. You know what, based on their interests, their knowledge, their abilities. Because what I've found, like I said, 8 years in teaching at Prairie View, students, they've come in, they start off with a major, but then they switch midway. Now, you switching that there's implications for that. Several. Cost.
Oh my gosh, that's the biggest one.
The length of time that you now have to stay in school, because the average year now, we think 4-year universities. It's about 6 years now.
6 years.
So 6 years, that's 2 extra years of tuition. And that's you saying you're getting student loans.
That's a lot of money.
That's more money on top of that.
That's a lot of money, you guys. Speaking of money. We're at that portion of the show that we talk about our next sponsor, which happens to be my favorite, which is the Sphere Podcast Network. Again, the Sphere Podcast Network. Okay. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertisement needs handled right here at the Sphere Podcast Network. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries throughout the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with our strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832 772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Okay, you guys, you want to be on the Sphere. I mean, this is a place to be.
Yes.
I tell you, there's some extremely exciting things coming down the pipe, which you're not going to have to wait too long to see, but this is where you want to be. So if you're trying to advertise, get a boost on your business, then this is where you want to be.
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
so let's go back to this college planning
Yes.
process.
Because it's like, it is very important that we families, if you have children or you know of families that have children, even grandparents who want to
Yes,
prepare for their
yes.
grandchildren, one, you want to make sure they understand, where are they going? What kind of career field will best suit them and their personalities? Because like I said, we have students, I've encountered students who start one way and end the other, and they're at graduation and still.
And that's very
don't
common.
know.
I mean, I know I did that. Okay, I'm guilty of that. I wanted to be a nurse, and then I switched. I said, I don't want to be a pediatric nurse. I just want to be a regular nurse. And then I realized I can't stand to see people sick. So then I switched to dentistry. And then I went from dentistry, did a little quick intern while I was going to school, because I'm like, I want to start, I'm fast. I'm so glad that I went and worked in this office for free just while I was going to school. And I was nowhere near completion of school. I was just starting. But that helped me to realize this is not what I want to do either.
And I'm glad you said that, because that is a part of the process. Because even while they're in high school, middle school, you want to get your students involved in those particular areas so that they can see before they enter college.
So very important. Not only should you start having those conversations with them, as parents, you have what do you want to be when you grow up conversations with your kids. And those are appropriate conversations to have, but you need to actually manifest them into something more than just what do you want to be when you grow up.
Make it tangible
for
them.
Exactly.
Show them. So they say, I want to be a fireman. Okay.
Let's go visit a fire station.
Yes.
And
I want to be a policeman. I want to be a nurse. So like you say, by them having that experience, which is something that in the college planning program, that college coaching program with Heartland, they'll help those students find those opportunities where they can get those internships, those summer experiences.
Yes.
And again, those experiences also make that student more viable towards that particular college where they're applying to.
Yes.
Because it's a competition.
It is.
Right now, I mean, the number of students that are applying for these universities are growing and growing.
Yes.
So you want to make your student as competitive and as desirable as possible. So not only do you get those experiences, but through the program, it's like you get a coach. So it just like we have athletic coaches, we have gymnastic coaches. Why not an academic coach?
Absolutely.
I mean, we have to get that for our students.
We have to, and why an academic coach? Well, because first of all, if your child is involved in extracurricular activities, I love the fact that Texas is a no pass no play state, and so the coaches will encourage those kids to pass, but and of course if they're stellar in extracurricular activities and sports, then there's a shot at them getting a scholarship. But let me mind you, that shot is a very low percentage, so don't bank on that.
Right.
So your child needs their own academic coach. Yes. And I know my son played football. And so when he was going into high school, I would say, you're going to go to summer school and take a course, because if you're going to play football, then you're going to be in practice. You're going to be in practice late hours. And I don't want that to take away from your academics.
Right.
So let's get you a head start and put you in summer school and get some of the courses that are going to be more difficult. Take them in the summer.
Yes. And I'm glad you said that about the courses, because a lot of students, especially in high school, are taking the AP courses to transfer over to another university.
Yes.
So one thing that a student want to do, and I recommend parents doing this, if you have an idea, because a lot of families already have an idea of what schools their children are going to apply to, find out from that school, from the counselor, or from the contact the school themselves, if that school is going to accept those AP courses, because sometimes They don't.
Yes.
So you're taking extra courses that may not even apply.
Yes.
So that's good to do that background. And the coaches will help you do that.
Yes.
So again, this is why it's good to have coaching.
Yes.
Because
And
time.
of course, kids, being a parent, I know how kids don't like to listen to you because you don't know. You just live, much, much more life, but you don't know. You don't know. The common thing I hear in kids is, yeah, but you don't understand. Oh, I don't understand.
I didn't go through it before.
Okay. No, I just fell out of the tree yesterday. So get a coach so that your kid can listen to someone other than you. Not, nothing personal, but I don't know what it is. They just listen to other people before they like to listen to us. And then they get it much, much later. Oh, I remember when you said, really? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you've got to be one step ahead of your kid who thinks they know more than you.
Yes.
Okay. Get 2-3 steps ahead of them, especially in the college planning process.
Yes. And so you get the coach, and also you want to make sure that the right school, that the school that's chosen, because I said that some parents have an idea as to where their children want to go, but that school may not be the right fit for that student.
So what you're saying is that the school has to fit the child?
Oh, yes, it does. Indeed, because
I want to make sure you guys heard that.
The school must fit the student, because some students, they need smaller classrooms because they need that more one-on-one, or they can thrive in larger settings. Some students may need quiet. They can't deal with the hustle and bustle like in an urban setting. So they may need a rural setting. So you have to think about these.
You've got to know your child and
yes.
how they thrive underneath the educational realm. So you need to understand your child.
Yes.
And a coach can help you identify that too.
Exactly. And that's the process, because again, the goal is to minimize stress for the student and the parent, because we all know going away to college, that it's a stressful time.
It is
for both the parent and the student. So you want to minimize those things in as many ways as possible. And so that college coaching program helps that. It streamlines that process.
And we know some students, they choose where they're going to go for their collegiate education based on the colors. They like the colors that the school has.
My friends are
there. The basketball team, the football team,
my
the band.
Parents went there.
Yes,
so
it's an
legacy.
alumni in the family. It may have, this college may not specialize in anything that your child is tested. Tested to do.
Right.
Speaking of testing, there are tests to identify what are the paths your children should go down.
Yes, there are career assessments. There are that are embedded in the coaching program. And so with the assessments, it gives the parent an idea as to what are those careers based on the students' responses, their likes, their dislikes, their interests, and it gives them a variety of options, because I'm in psychology. When I think of psychology, I thought of therapy.
Yes,
that's it, therapy. So, but when I dig deeper, there's so much more to psychology, and there's so many different areas to psychology that I was not aware of. That so I had options within psychology. So the career assessments gives the students an option to see, engineering. There's different types of engineering. There's different jobs and careers under that field that may fit me.
Yes.
So, you want to understand those things, and then take a look at, what is required. So the assessment also gives you a list of careers and what is required in order to be successful.
So that if like for me, I know I'm not a math person. So anything that had to do with math, I'm like, please, can miss me on that. I history, English, anything like that, science and math. I already know me. I that wasn't my thing. And my parents knew that too. And so they encourage, my mom would say to me, okay, how many times are you going to switch? You need to listen. This is the last time, because if you make a switch again and you're on your own, I was like, so you guys, we spend so much money to raise our kids. We cannot drop the ball when it comes to their collegiate education.
No, we cannot.
And we know that if we expect them to really thrive in society, as an adult, they need that collegiate education.
Yes.
But we don't want them to go into college and come out of college
Still confused.
And then now you graduate, you finally cross the, hurdle of graduation.
And still
you cannot start because you got all this debt that's weighing down on you.
Yeah. So you have graduate. Now you have student loan debts weighing on you, and you don't have a viable job because many students now, they're graduating and still cannot find a job. And like I said earlier,
Sad situation.
Still don't know what they want to do, which I've experienced.
Absolutely.
Also. So you have,
oh my gosh, it's horrible.
I can't, I have no words for it.
I don't either, but I do have these words because now we're at we're at the time in the show that we need to talk about our last sponsor for the day, and that's KOG and Company. Okay, so are your unique gifts and talents, and we're talking about unique gifts and discovering gifts at this episode. This is so fitting. So are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Wow. Join the thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at kogpassion.com. That's K-O-G passion.com and use the coupon code DOPE, that's DOPE, DOPE, for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Okay, so act now because sizes are limited. Okay,
I'm gonna unleash my dope.
I know,
I'm dope. Shoot, I need to get a shirt.
I love it. So you guys, if you're going to unleash your dopeness, as far as your college education is concerned, what you need to do, I can't stress this enough. Parents, if you're listening to us, get your child into a college planning program. We can accommodate you with that here, okay? Please give us a call at 1-844-700-4463. In fact, this past Saturday, we just had a college planning workshop. We do it every single month in a few locations. You absolutely want to get these workshops are free, mind you.
And free. I mean,
free.
Free. I mean,
free. Free.
Oh my God. This is and the most important information that you need, because at these workshops, you find out exactly what it takes, the cost of college, those things that you need to think about in preparation for your student. I'm like, you cannot blame anyone else for saying that, no, they didn't try to help us. I didn't know when the information is out there. So it's a matter of identifying and reaching out and getting those resources. So today we are sharing those resources with everyone.
Absolutely.
So take advantage. Please take advantage.
You have to do that. Okay. So please give us a call at 1-844-700-4463. Okay. You can reach out to me at LaShonda J at HoustonHouseWivesOfFinance.com, and you can reach Ms. Dr. Asby.
And you can reach me at 832-899-4577 at Draisha.asby at gmail.com.
Yes. Okay, you guys. So another thing is definitely come out to our workshops, because we also discuss the planning process as far as saving. You got to save for kids for college. I mean, you got to save. If we have children, I just strongly believe this is a responsibility that belongs to us.
Yes.
We can't skip over that because we're trying to do all the other things, the birthday parties and the nice clothes.
Yeah, we'll plan for everything else.
But college.
That's the biggest
Why are
expense.
we forgetting to plan for college? We cannot forget to plan for college. So come out to our workshops as we're trying to educate 1 million people by year 2020. A part of that education is college planning, you guys. Okay.
Yes.
So 2500 East TC Jester, Suite 345, and that is Houston, Texas 77008. That's Tuesday nights at 7 p.m., Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Every third, I believe it's third or fourth Saturday, we're doing the college planning. I think it's third or fourth. We'll call us. because it changes. But we do have these college planning workshops, specifically college planning, at least once a month. So you reach out to us and we'll be able to tell you the date. Okay. So now I want to go to an article because a lot of people were affected by Hurricane Harvey, Hurricane Irma, Hurricane Maria. I mean,
now we're talking about college student loans, and so now we're going to see a big drop in the amount of people who are able to pay for their loans because of the financial hardships from these hurricanes.
You guys, there's help for you. So please check out this article. Please, you want to go back to this. First of all, share this show, please. You got to share this show. We want you to share it all the time. But I know that you know someone who is affected by Harvey that is in this situation, but also needs to know all the other information that we've shared today. So be a friend and share this with a friend. Okay. So let's go to the article that talks about if you are a student or federal student loan borrower who has been impacted by a federally declared. Now, see that's the key word. Federally declared natural disaster. We can help answer your questions. So it says we're committed to assisting students enrolled in college or career school and federal student loan borrowers who have been impacted by federally declared natural disasters. We strongly encourage impacted students to contact the financial aid office at their school and borrowers to contact their lender or loan servicer. Okay. Below, we have provided answers to frequently asked questions for current students and borrowers. So you can also see additional resources. So these links are provided for you. So now let's look. If you are a current student, Dr. Asby, you want to read that?
Okay. So if you are a current student, if you wish to transfer to a different school, you should contact the financial aid office at your new school, as I was saying before, as soon as possible, so that the new school can request your federal financial aid records. All right. This early contact will also allow the new school to provide you with information needed to support a request for financial aid.
Yes.
And that's one thing. You want to make sure that you have the proper paperwork in place, because if you don't, it's going to slow the process.
Yes.
So you do not want any delays in the process. So make sure that you find and double check, triple check that you have the right paperwork that is available to you that you need to submit. Can we go back to that, please? So please make sure you have all of that information. And it is possible that you may be asked to provide a documentation to verify information from your financial aid application. So if the documentation being requested has been lost or destroyed by the disaster, you should immediately inform the school that asked for the records. So the school may make a determination not to require those documentations. So again, it's up to them. It's up to the school. But you want to make sure that you ask the question. So just make sure you have all the paperwork available. Make sure that you find out from the financial aid office. So go to the financial aid office. Sometimes you may have to wait in a long line just to get
be
there.
Prepared.
Just be prepared.
I think you should just set the day aside for
That's it.
because you don't know what to expect when you get into these situations. And you go to these offices. You don't, if you're affected, there's many others that are affected as well. So just set aside the day if you can. That's the best thing to do. So let's go back to the article.
All right. So now, so the question is, do I need to claim on my FAFSA? And we didn't talk about FAFSA. I wanted to mention a little bit about FAFSA. But do I need to claim on my FAFSA form any disaster-related support I received from either the state or the U.S. Department of Education? And the answer to that is no. So if you have been affected by any of the hurricanes and you need to make these adjustments, you do not need to claim any relief funds received from FEMA or the Red Cross. Only on the FAFSA form, it is only those assets or personal assets that contribute, like your savings accounts, your checking accounts. If you have
and that's a good question, because
you
don't know whether you're supposed to claim that or not. So that's a very good question.
So no, we do not claim that.
Okay.
Like I said, on a FAFSA, there are things that you need to claim, which we need to talk about, because many families don't know that what can they claim, what can they not claim on a FAFSA. So, and the FAFSA applications are due now. So if you have not started applying for FAFSA, you want to go ahead and start that process. And when we talked about the college coaching process, that is a part of that
They
program.
will alert you to
They
the
will alert you,
deadlines and dates and
deadlines,
things that you need
and
to take.
help you in completing the applications, because sometimes it can be confusing, and any delays on those can delay your access to funding, because before students can receive scholarships or grants, they have to have completed the FAFSA.
Yes, that's not something you get to skip.
No, you cannot skip
That actually initiates the process.
Yes.
FAFSA initiates the process, and there's deadlines on that, and you have to know what those deadlines are. So please give them your information again, Dr. Asby.
Again, my information, I may be reached at Dr. Aisha.asby at gmail.com, or you may call me at 832-899-4577. So my email or phone, if I do, just leave a message, but I'm sure to get back with you, because this information is too important for you not to get.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
please reach out.
Absolutely. You can also reach out to the Houston Housewives of Finance at 1-844-700-4463. So if you couldn't remember her number, you can actually call us, and you can get her and several other college planning consultants through that number as well. So let's go back to the article. I want to touch real quickly on for the borrowers. So if you were impacted by a natural disaster and are having trouble making payments on your federal student loans, or have other questions about your loans, here are some information and a Q&A designed for you. So the Federal Loan Servicing Team checks the Federal Emergency Management Agency website at least once each business day to identify all impacted areas, and they want to make sure that they are connected to those disaster declarations. So they're checking to see if your area has been affected. After a natural disaster, the loan servicing team quickly reaches out to borrowers that live in the impacted areas to notify them of the options available to them. But I'm going to say this: don't wait on them.
Be active.
Yeah,
be
you need
very
to be proactive.
Proactive.
Don't wait on them. Okay, because hey, we just saw them say that this whole forgiveness program, people have not been forgiven.
Not
so
yet.
Don't wait on them. Let's go back to the article, okay? So if you are a borrower in repayment who has affected by the natural disaster in the area where you live or work, you qualify for administrative forbearance of loan repayment for a period of up to 90 days. Not forever, you guys. 90 days upon your request to your servicer. You see it says upon your request. During forbearance, payments are temporarily postponed or reduced. Your servicer will document your loan account with the reason and the length of the forbearance. Please note that interest still accrues.
Yes.
They will not cut that off.
No.
So and then they put it in parentheses in case you don't know what accrues means.
It accumulates. Let me further define it for you.
Yes. So during the forbearance period, but the accrued interest will not be capitalized, added to the principal loan balance when the administrative forbearance ends. You should contact your loan servicers to request this forbearance. Once the initial administrative forbearance period related to the disaster is over, you may request additional forbearance time for a reasonable cause. Your servicer is permitted to grant additional administrative forbearance time in 30 days. In 30-day increments. Your total period of forbearance cannot exceed a maximum of 12 months from the date of the disaster. Okay. So that's very important to know. Yes. You guys, I don't expect you to be able to digest all of this through this portion of the show. So that's why it's important for you to go back. This is archived. You can go back and look at this as many times as you want.
Right.
And, share the link with people, because I know that people need this information. It's very, very important.
And the U.S. Department of Ed has a lot of very good resources as it relates to student loan forbearance, student forgiveness, that many people just need to go and just
you've got to get educated.
Research.
Absolutely.
Like you said, it's about education.
It's
we have
about
to education, and we have to educate ourselves and seek that information. And so a lot is on the U.S. Department of Ed.
Absolutely. And speaking of education, in the Saving Your Future book, which is right here behind me, if you don't have this book, shame on you. Call us at 1-844-700-4463 and get this book. On pages 72 and 73, it talks specifically about college and university savings plans. So when parents don't think often think about how much their kids it will cost them. However, it takes a lot of money to raise a child. Oh my gosh, it does. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, we're looking at in 2013, it will cost a middle income couple $245,000 to
Wow.
raise a child until age 18 years old.
That doesn't include
And
college.
it does not include college.
No.
No, it does not. So it's looking at the types of college plans here, you guys. We're talking about 4-year tuition and public and private in 2013. And now look at this in 2031. And we say 2031 because you have to give your children 18 years to grow.
Yes.
You know, not one to grow on, but you need 18 years to grow.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cheap. So a place that we want you to be able to go for resources, please go and follow our Facebook page.
Yes, please.
And
Please.
our Facebook page is The College Cafe, okay? And it is a resource and a place for you to be able to go to get all information on college. And so Dr. Asby is going to be helping us with that.
Yes.
And this page is designed for, you know, we look at it as being a cafe on social media that can help the students and the parents for resources
Yes.
for college.
Yes, because
Okay.
you know, and now even students, this generation, they're quick for social media.
Yes.
They get all their information, their news from social media.
Yes.
So having the college cafe as that resource in their hands in an atmosphere where they are prone or more apt to
Yes.
take advantage of it. So please, if you're
Go
on
like the
Facebook,
page.
go like the
Like
college
and
cafe.
share the college cafe.
Share it with everyone, all of your
Yes,
friends.
Absolutely. So all of the information that we've talked about today is going to be available. This podcast is already posted on the College Cafe, but the links and even more. So we want it to be a place and a resource for you to come and find out about college, information about careers. It is just a place. So you think about Starbucks, it's a cafe. People go there and hang out. Well, we want you to come and hang out at the College Cafe. Okay.
Share your frustrations. Get
yes,
information.
absolutely.
You know, let it be a dialogue for others to share, you know, what's going on. And if you have any resources, anything that could help
someone else, that's
post
what
it.
we want
Let's
to be
share.
all about.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. So you guys, this has been an incredible show today. I am so grateful for Dr. Asby being here today. As you can
for
see,
having me.
she has, oh my gosh, she is a wealth of knowledge. And man, there's more where that came from. It's not enough time here for her to be able to share everything she knows, which is so it's so inspiring to know that we have someone on our team that's just full of knowledge to be able to help you as a parent and as a student to be able to make that collegiate experience worth your while. And also, you don't have to do it. You don't have to struggle through it. We have the resources for you. So
Help
please,
is available.
again, give us a call at 1-844-700-4463. I'm LaShonda J at HoustonHousewivesOfFinance.com. You can follow us on the Houston Housewives of Finance official. If it doesn't say official, it's not us. Okay. Please go like and share the College Cafe. The College Cafe. It is a resource for you to be able to understand and know how to navigate through this very tedious process. It is a tedious process.
It is.
And so let's tell them one more time how to reach you, Dr.
And
Asby.
you can reach me also at Aisha.Asby at gmail.com or at 832-899-4577. And I also encourage you to check out the Heartland Institute of Financial Education webpage.
Absolutely.
And that is HIFE-USA.org. Again, that is HIFE-USA.org, just to learn more about the college coaching program.
Yes, and we'll have that available as well. The link to that will be also available on the College Cafe page as well. So you guys, we'll see you next week, same time, same place, right here on the Spirit Podcast Network on the Money Factor, where we're bringing you inspiring dialogue I know that you're going to use as far as your money is concerned. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having me.